taxi swerves around me just in time, but the driver flips me the bird as he passes. I can't really blame him. I ran across the crosswalk without looking, but I'm headed to the wedding of the century, and I'm about to miss my flight, which I absolutely cannot miss because I'm Kavya Khan, wedding photographer for the rich and powerful. I'm young, successful, and insta-famous. I've never disappointed a client. And I'm certainly not going to start with Nisha Kohli. Nisha is an Indian heiress, the only child of one of the richest families in India. And in a few days' time, she's set to marry her mysterious billionaire boyfriend. It's going to be the most lavish wedding the world has ever seen. Their photographer got sick at the last minute, and I was called in to replace him. Needless to say, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. With that thought ringing in my head, I pick up my pace and run across the remainder of the crosswalk as fast as I can. But just as I arrive at the other end, a light breeze tickles the back of my neck and a tingle runs down my spine. I get the sense that someone is looking at me, so I turn around and I swear, I see the hottest guy ever. But he's not looking at me. He's staring down at his phone, and he's standing in the middle of the crosswalk about to get hit by a car. Look out! He looks up at me, and our eyes lock for an instant, but he still doesn't see the car. He's going to die. I drop everything and run straight toward him as fast as I can. Wham! My body slams against his, tackling him out of the way just in time. The car blares its horn loudly. We tumble onto the sidewalk, my body on top of his. A small crowd gathers around us. His eyes are closed, but I think he's breathing. I place my palm on his chest to see if I can feel his heart beating. It is, and I can't help but notice that he has some nice pecs. This guy really is hot. Tall, tan, and chiseled, with a large, striking body to match. Hey, you okay? He stirs a bit and then opens his gorgeous brown eyes, scanning my face. I can't seem to tear my eyes away.
What happened?
The sound of his voice shakes me from my trance. You almost got hit by a car. He props himself up on his elbows as if to get a better look at my face, then groans, placing a hand on his rib.
Who are you?
My name is Kavya, and you are?
Javed.
Javed. Sexy name. But then again, everything about this guy is sexy. Gorgeous, charming, and Indian. My matchmaking mama would have a field day.
Thank you, Kavya, for saving my life.
My heart starts to race, and I smile at him.
I guess I got a little...
Distracted? My phone vibrates. I leap off Javed, pull my phone out of my pocket, and gasp. It's completely shattered. My assistant is calling, but I can't swipe the screen to answer the call. I keep trying, and then my phone dies. Shoot!
What happened?
My phone, it's smashed. And I'm about to miss my flight. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I need a phone for this trip. I look up distraught. What am I going to do? Javed stands up and brushes himself off. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a phone. It's a newer, shinier version of mine.
Take mine.
What? I can't do that.
Sure you can.
He pulls a second phone out of his pocket.
I have two.
I raise my eyebrow. You have two phones. Javed shrugs.
One for business, and the other for personal use.
That seems kind of shady. Are you a politician or something? He laughs.
No, I'm not a politician. I just like my privacy. You know.
Yeah. Sure. Can I really take this stranger's phone? This very hot stranger? He must sense my hesitation, because he all but pushes it into my hand.
Just mail it back to me when you're done. I'll text you my address.
And what if I decide to steal it? You don't even know me.
I think you're worth the risk.
He winks at me, and my heart gives a hard thump. Who is this guy? I reluctantly pocket the phone. I appreciate it.
It's the least I can do to repay you for saving my life.
He smiles, and my gaze falls to his lips. I imagine what it would be like to kiss him, and my stomach fills with butterflies at the thought. Then a stranger yells at us to get out of the middle of the sidewalk. I snap back to reality. My flight! I have to go, or I'll miss my flight. Javid is about to say something, but then thinks better of it.
I'll get you a taxi.
I grab my bags while Javid hails me a cab. He helps me get everything inside the car and opens the passenger door for me. I climb inside, and Javid shuts the door behind me. I turn to face him and roll down the window.
Kavya, thank you again for saving my life.
I love the way my name sounds coming out of his mouth. I smile at him, wishing we could spend just a few more moments together. Anytime. The car pulls away, and I can't help but feel disappointed. But what was I expecting? Meet cutes, especially with hot guys, don't happen. At least not to me. I'm perpetually single and always have been. Married to my career, as they say. I sink into the back seat of the cab and try to force Javid out of my mind, praying I don't miss my flight. 30 minutes later, I sprint through the airport, and by the time I make it to my seat, I have pit stains under my arms. I'm parched and covered in sweat as I plop down next to Ruthie, my assistant and best friend.
Seriously, Kavya? Why do you always have to cut it so close?
I'm brown, dude. It's in my DNA. Ruthie rolls her big green eyes at me and grins. She, of course, looks polished. Her short brown hair is pulled back into low pigtails, and she's rocking her favorite floral jumpsuit and cowgirl boots. Somehow, she always finds a way to make her small town Texas roots seem totally New York chic. Sandwiched between me and Ruthie is a woman with a screaming toddler. She looks at both of us and apologizes with her eyes. It's going to be a long flight. I take 2 sleeping pills, slip on an eye mask, and pop in earplugs. But as soon as I settle in, the stewardess taps me on my shoulder and tells me I've been upgraded to first class.